reason I love these first Mondays of the month is because we get to set our mindset right, is because we get the agreement of what is the focus of the month, what are our goals of the month, and we get to create a little bit of accountability. Also, I appreciate when June happens because this is separation season. And what I mean by that, this is where the champions are going to truly show up. See, right now, many are already thinking summer is right around the corner, the pool is opening up, the vacations are right around the corner, the barbecues are going to start, and they disengage from their actual goals that matter. They don't come back till September and they say, man, bills are coming around the corner. My Christmas shopping list is getting bigger, yada, 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 yada. But we are here to stand out. So I'm super, super excited about it. And I'm going to give you the best that I can give you so you can walk out of here with a whole lot. So in the chat, give me what is your word for the month of June in the chat. What is the word of June? For me is focus. Like, because we do a lot, which is great, but sometimes we do a lot of a little bit in many places, which leads to nothing at all, right? But when we focus on that one thing, like this is my focus for this month, and then we just destroy in a good way, right? So awesome. Cultivate. Ooh, I love that. Growth. Let's go in capital letters. Alexandra, I know you're already making it happen. I see the fruit of your labor all over the country. Intention. Okay, I like it. Execute. Ooh, Abigail, I feel you on that one. I'm taking that focus. All right, me and you both, sis. We'll share it. Awesome stuff. All right. So before I get into today's conversation, Mr. Izel, any opening remarks or anything that you want to bless us with before we get into the fun announcement and then, of course, the training itself?
Very good. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Ollie, for just opening it up. We'll get everybody. We're recording this. We're good there. Adora will catch up with us a little bit later. She's got her daughter has a school or something like that. She's got to take care of this morning. We are super pumped about what's happening within the DIVA Network. I want to throw a plug and then I'm gonna have Alexandra come on and share the agenda or the schedule for this week as well, because she's got a really big announcement. Just a reminder, everybody, we are taking enrollments for our founders trip. All right. So all you founders, get that taken care of, get in there. Because pretty soon we've got a bonus. We've got a bonus for the first 10. And so we're almost at that. That's almost done. And then what is that bonus again, Jen? Remember? You guys get on Phase Media. You get you get moved up the order in Phase Media articles and stuff. Yeah, that's what it is. So that's a big deal. That's a lot of visibility, everybody. It's the #1 publication for 20 to 35-year-old women in Canada. And so that's a great piece of SEO for all of you that are looking for some more of that visibility. So get your plus, of course, it's going to be an amazing trip. You don't want to miss that. I know some of you already are on here that have already booked it. So that's awesome. But get that done. And then just know that we are very, very excited about Ali's got an announcement too, and Alexander has announcements as well. So I'm going to get out of the way and let our VP of Diva Locals and the Networking Queen, Alexander, give us all an update. What do you, Alexander?
Hello, everyone. Yes, we are so excited. So, a few updates on the Diva Local side. We had a very busy May, and we're anticipating a huge, huge June with a lot of new Diva Locals chapters globally. And to support that growth, we are now going to be hosting 2 membership meetings. So, anyone that wants to be a member of an actual chapter, we're going to have this meeting on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 2 p.m. We'll be sending out announcements, but Tuesdays and Wednesday for any presidents. I see some faces on that are now a president of a local chapter. You want to send out to anyone in your network that you think would be a good fit for your chapter. So on Tuesdays and Wednesday, I'll be sharing everything they need to know about becoming a Diva Locals member. And then on Wednesday, we'll still have our 12 noon Eastern, our president information meeting. This is for anyone that wants to become a Diva Locals president in their community. So lots going on. We're getting ramped up, super excited for all things that are happening right now. Like I said, last month, we really onboarded so many different chapters globally, and we're looking to have another amazing, amazing month. So look forward to seeing you all again Tuesday and Wednesday for our membership meeting, and then Wednesday for our president information meeting. And that's all I got.
Quick question,
You did it.
Alexandra. So
Sure.
are you saying, so like I have a few people that I've spoken to or interested in becoming members of my chapter actually coming to meet with you?
Yeah.
At,
So
at,
today I'm sending out an email to all the presidents that have been onboarded already
okay.
with an email and the link for them to send out to every single person that's in your database that you think would be a great fit. Because what we're finding is we're onboarding our new presidents, but the presidents are being very challenged with bringing in members. Again, you cannot open up a chapter until you have 10 members. So we're taking over to help you all get those membership done pretty much. We want to help you get members in. Yeah. So we heard you, we loud and clear. Everyone was like, I need members. So we said, okay, let's get aggressive. Let's have these 2 meetings per week and let's get these chapters onboarded and packed with new members. Exciting.
And so everybody knows, Alexandra and Jennifer, everything's inside the Diva School. Right? All the links are updated. Okay, very good. Lorna, I just got a message from Justine. She's saying Lorna pointed out this weekend. Is there one of the links is wrong? Which link is it? Is Justine on? Justine, which link are you talking about?
Tuesday's link is fixed now. Zoom thought we were done with it, so it's been extended. Tuesday's fine. Tuesday, the guest event link is what she's referring to.
It was just a bummer because I met so many people that I was trying to in real time give them the link, and it was wrong for a few days. That's all. But thank you for fixing it.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you, Alexandra. Great update. Ali, floor is yours.
Well, first and foremost, I see Adora Crystal Evans hopped on. I know you had to take care of your daughter in school, but any opening remarks or anything that you would want to share? You ladies, you love to love her. So obviously we can't just sit there and be like, she's not here. She's here. So Adora, any opening remarks or anything that you want to bless the community with?
Well, I just want to say it's a blessing to see all your faces today. Ingrid just turned, I'm not going to say your birthday, but she just had a birthday, 50. Oh, look him fly as 50 looks so good.
I am not shy about it anymore. I embraced it. I love it.
Good, good.
I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Awesome. Happy birthday. And all of your faces, when I'm away on the weekend, you all know where I stand. I'm very in prayer and thinking of you, thinking of your dreams, thinking of what a blessing it is to lock arms with each of you. You are our community. And the more time we have together, just imagine a year from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now, the memories that we're going to create, the lives that we're going to impact together, and the way each of you all are going to elevate. I am just going to seed that we are going to be doing a founders summit. That is where you'll do your Diva talks. All right. And so that is coming. We're looking at July right now. We're working on the background. We're working on that in the background. So on Thursdays that we don't have a guest speaker, like Mark Porteous will be with us this Tuesday and Thursday, I will be focused on your Diva talks and how you show up in a way that is incredibly valuable to the community, which we all know you're valuable just being, but you know what I mean when I say that, right? In a way that people can hear and receive your value in a powerful, potent package, and you represent yourself well. We're so excited you're representing the DIVA Network with all of your work in the world. And so I'm really pumped about that. I'm pumped about the founders trip. If you haven't gotten that together yet, I'm so excited about what's going on with locals. Alexandra is doing an incredible job. I want to remind you that just like we had our first starts with DIVA Network, the DIVA locals, their tech, anytime you do something brand new, you have first movers advantage, but you also have first movers challenges and obstacles. All right. And so you're the grit and grace that knows how to handle that. That's why you're the leaders that have the vision for the planet and are actually in action on that vision, is because you're built for that. And it's part of the muscle that we see, that flex I did, literally that muscle that we acquire, is being able to just navigate those, right, with grace and playing team whenever we're meeting people that are dealing with the obstacles. And what I mean by playing team is being that sister that talks good when no one's in the room, right? So that means that you validate what they're saying. I hear what you're saying. I feel it. We're working on it. Believe me, you're a first mover. Thanks for being a part of this. The team's got you. It's going to be worth it. It's just like holding us high, right? While also holding them high. So I want to thank you in advance. I know you're all doing that. And then you're like, fix it with us, because we're ready to run. And we're ready to run with you. So that's all. Thank you so much, Ali. We're working on some things too in the background we're not going to talk about yet, but Ali came back from vetting that spot for us that we're all going to be at, and was like full of ideas for you guys and your elevation and ways to have you win. So we'll talk more about that.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, I got one quick announcement, and then we'll get into setting up this month for us, like the champions each and every one of you are. So we're gonna do a little bit of a fun contest / challenge. Anybody like those contests, challenges? Anybody, or is it just me? Okay, cool. So here it goes. You may have heard the DIVA Network is launching our swag store. So we're gonna be able to get some swag, some fun things that we can use for branding purposes, which is exciting, which you show your DIVA Network pride and joy in meetings and so on. So we decided.
I just want to say it's a pop-up swag store, by the way, which means it's a summer swag. And Jimmy Ezel's daughter, which we love bringing in the family, is the one curating that for us. Okay, back to you, Ali.
Facts. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to do the most engaging DIVA Network Reels, which means you create a post, a video, again, in your own organic language, your own organic voice, your own organic style. And then you're going to post that in whatever social media platform that you use. I say, the ones that are for Reels are, your Instagrams, Facebook, TikTok. Specifically, those are the top hot ones out there. And then you would want to add the DIVA Network as a contributor or a collaborator, or at the very least tag the DIVA Network. That way we can repurpose it for you, so we can celebrate you as well, give you a little bit of visibility as well. But it has to be in relationship with the DIVA Network. So we can't be like, hi, my name is Ali. I have my candle business. Go to candleali.com and then tag the DIVA. That's obviously not going to make sense. It has to be something about your excitement about collaborating with the divas, or what do you love the most, or what is a testimony that you have, or somebody that inspired you, or something that you have had as a breakthrough. Just anything that has to do with relationship to the DIVA Network. And obviously, whomever creates the most engagement. So far right now, I got between 30, maybe we can do a little bit more, up to $50 of swag credit. I'm gonna try to hustle, on private, see if I can get you more money. But at the very least, we're gonna do, $30 to $50 for now for the most engaging reel. And here's the better part about this. It's a great practice for what is to come, because there are some fun things that we are working on that has to do a lot with Reels. So if you accept the challenge, again, just have fun with it. You don't have to have the perfect lighting, the perfect camera, the perfect microphone. All that stuff is good. But you know what's better? Your voice, your authenticity. Just put it out there. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to be monitoring it. And how do we monitor it? when you add the DIVA Network's official accounts as a collaborator, contributor, or at the very least, because I know in TikTok you can't add a collaborator, contributor, just tag. That way we can repurpose and celebrate you as well. So that's what we're doing as far as the fun, exciting. So we can create a whole lot of buzz. And imagine all of your network and my network seeing each other, celebrating one another all over. It's automatically going to be like, what the heck is that DIVA Network thing you guys keep talking about? And that's an opportunity for you to create, some prospecting opportunities. All right. Now, it's the first Monday of the month, and I obviously love them because it's a rebirth. It's a brand new start. It's a recreation, if you will. I get to hit that reset button and focus once again, right? Like, all right, last month is done. I don't have to dwell on it, and I don't have to brag about it. It's done. It's no longer coming back, right? Every second that we move forward does not come back. That's why I am so grateful for the most valuable asset that you give us every single day. That's your time. You could be doing anything. There are people right now who are just scrolling on nothing, but you're here to cultivate, to grow, to reprioritize. You see, those are the keywords that you put in the chat that I'm mentioning in here for you, right? So the objective, my focus in here is just to kind of help you understand that your mindset plays a huge impactful role from personal to professional success. So you got to make a decision on what that mindset is going to be like. Like, it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It's like when Rafiki hit Simba, and he's like, ow, that hurt. He's like, it doesn't matter. That was in the past, right? So we move on. So the key element that we want to focus on is understanding that success begins from within. I know for a fact what my greatness is. And when I allow my greatness, when I allow my gifts to just grow. Like, the first thing I told Jimmy Ezel when he hopped on the Zoom, man, I'm feeling really good today. I'm in a really, really exceptional mood. That's me giving my body, my mind, my words, the authority to be great, right? So whatever you believe, you will achieve, right? Think and Grow Rich. That is 100% a factual element that we all connect with and understand. So we want to make sure that we take a quick self-reflection and exercise that belief system that we hold on to is what is holding or creating our potential. So if you say, I can't, you are right. If you say, I can, you are also right, right? Many scholars embedded that in our heads. So there are 3 pillars that I'm going to focus on today. 3 pillars of a winning mindset. The very first one is growth mindset. The second one is resilience, because no matter what, things are going to happen, and resilience is required for you to stand back up. The last one is gratitude, right? So growth mindset, resilience, and gratitude. Write those down because you're going to need to remind yourself of this information. Number 1 is the growth mindset. You got to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. All right, cool. I was trying to get on a bicycle. I fell and I scraped my knee. All right, that's the challenge. But guess what? I remember what I did wrong that led for me to fall. I am more aware to make sure that I'm putting my feet first where they're supposed to be, right? Also, from a growth mindset perspective, is understanding how to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. I know individuals that have done extremely well in the 90s and the early 2000s in business that are irrelevant right now. And I say this with love and respect, but from a business perspective, no one cares about what they talked about in the early 90s and the 2000s because they had a fixed mindset. They say, I'm old school. I do things the old school way. Great, you can do old school all you want, but if you don't grow with the times and the technology and AI and algorithms and the chat GPTs and the VEO3 and et cetera, that is growing right now, you will not matter in 3 months from now. So you have to have a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. Don't say, well, I have an email list. That's the way I do things. That's great. That's one of the ways that you do. I had an executive team meeting with my team personally, and here's what we said. We have to work 3 times as hard to make a third of what we've made 6 months ago. That's where we are right now. So what do we have to do? We got to grow to identify what changed on us that allowed us to lose 2/3 of our flavor, of our flow, of our excitement. So guess what? We are in a growth mindset. All right, let's go. Research and development. Make sure you collaborate with those who are having success. Make sure that you get into courses. Make sure that you collaborate with the divas. Get on every single webinar. Make sure that you reframe your schedule in a growth behavior, not just, well, I got my routine. No, I understand routines are relevant and important for us to create and project our success. However, it needs to be a growing routine. The fundamentals will never change. There's not a shadow of a doubt. But guess what? The delivery mechanism is going to change. In other words, we needed to communicate with people just as much back in the 80s and the 90s that we do now. However, back in the 90s and the 80s, there were fax machines and phones on the walls. Today, we are using this device right now where we are all in one virtual room, right? Things have changed and shifted. So here's an actionable tip, if you will. Make sure that you turn your mistakes into lessons that you teach, not just learn from. See, your own lessons, my own lessons are extremely expensive, right? Learn from your own mistakes. That's expensive. I want to learn from everybody's mistakes, but I'm going to absolutely reframe my perspective. I do not fail. I only learn. I do not lose. I only grow. When you, again, with your utter words, give yourself that authority, the allowing of growing, by default, you just pick up and go, pick up and go. I talk about this on a personal level. My wife and I, thank God, we've grown so much in our relationship that we still bump heads, we still argue, we still fight, just like any other couple. And if you think there's a couple that doesn't, you're crazy. But the recovery mechanism from the moment that I upset her or she upsets me or whatever to, hey, we're good, is less than 5 minutes. I mean, literally, sometimes it's within 30 seconds to a minute and we're moved on and good to go. So you need to make sure that you're turning your mistakes into lessons, change your perspectives, and go, move forward, and stop feeling bad or sorry for yourselves as much as I used to. There's a quote that I don't know who said it originally, but I heard it from many. It states that I used to feel bad for the person that had no shoes until I met the person that had no feet. So you need to grow. Second part, and that is resilience. So when it comes to resilience, you got to understand you are stronger than you think, and I'll prove it to you right now. Would you agree with me? Can you please entertain me in the chat, or just by a show of hands if your video is on? You've gone through some stuff over the years, like some stuff that you were like, man, I don't even know how I made it out. I don't even know how I made it out, right? Like that you look back right now, I'm like, that's crazy that I'm here right now. In the midst of that circumstance where you were in it, we cried, we were sad, we were like, my God, why me? You know, right? We didn't think we're going to get out of it. But then you look back, you're like, I bounced back so quickly. So the truth of the matter is you are already in evidence right now, right here. Prove to yourself that you are 100% much stronger than you think, and you bounce back quick. As a matter of fact, would you agree with me that some of us in this Zoom right now, in this conversation right now, we operate 10 times better when our back is against the wall and every single weapon is against us and saying, I'm about to shoot you. And we're like, man, bring it on, because I am the greatest that I can be when my back is against the wall, right? So don't allow those moments in the midst of the rocky waters, right? Like when the boat is all shaky, don't think that is the end. That's just you growing and showcasing your mastery. Here's an actionable tip when it comes to your resilience. Build resilience by setting micro goals that pushes you out of your comfort zone. What does that mean? All right, you are uncomfortable on getting on a Facebook Live, right? Do a quick 15-second story. Start with that. Boy, I just went on a video and put my face and I said something nice. Then do a 30-second video. Then do a pre-recorded a 5-minute video where you're training. And then eventually you'll work your way to these things, right? You will not lose 50 pounds by saying, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. You lose 50 pounds by losing a half a pound every other day, little by little, little by little, little by little. It is the micro wins that create the mega success. Most of us will put ourselves in a predicament of failure because we're setting these humongous goals. I'm going to make $1 million by the end of the year. Congratulations, you are going to flop so hard. That's what, just so you know, people who say, I'm going to, go cold turkey on anything, whether it's, going vegan, or whether it's alcohol, whether it's cigarettes, whatever it may be, anything that's cold turkey is 90% of the time guaranteed that you're going to go backwards and do even worse. I know that for a fact. I work with some friends of mine in our church. They're working on some things. They're just young men who are dealing with what young men deal with, right? Like addiction to weird videos on their phones, if you know what I mean, right? I don't want to say the word out loud out here, but we are grown up. And here's what, like, oh man, I'm done. I made a decision. I'm done. That's great. But I do know one thing. There's a thing called social media that in some cases that is worse than any video that you're going to watch by yourself, young man. And that triggers some emotions. So there's some working things that you got to do with micro wins that will create the mega success. We are habitual human beings. So what habits are you going to create right now in the DIVA Network, day in and day out, that's going to create micro, tiny wins that's going to develop to a mega win? Jimmy Ezel always talks about a power list. A power list is 4 major business tasks that no matter what, you will not go to bed until you get it done, and 1 personal one. So 5 elements. 4 business and 1 personal, but just make it a micro small piece, and then next week grow it bigger, and next week grow it bigger. It's like doing push-ups. Week 1, I did 2 on my knees. All right, I'm done. Week 2, I'm going to do 2 more. Now I'm doing 4. And then eventually, like, I'm doing 2, but I'm not on my knees while I'm doing the push-up. And eventually you're growing and you're growing and you're growing. And before you know it, everybody like, man, look at that push-up lineup that you just did. You just did 15 in a row in 30 seconds. But people don't see when you started. So you are stronger than you think, and I know for a fact you can bounce back. So micro goals. And the third piece is gratitude. Look, this goes without saying. If you are in here, you already know. Gratitude is the foundation of success, not just in business, in anything. See, gratitude is simply you recognizing the wins in whatever it is that's going on. And I'll give you an example, right? So 3-4 months ago, I was going to a wake of a family member, and then my car got smashed, like from the back, like rear-ended. And I didn't tell my wife till I came back, and she was like, hey, I saw your location. You were standing in the middle of the highway for like 45 minutes. That's because we were waiting for cops and everything else. And I was like, the range got hit. She was like, what? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I told you shouldn't drive early in the morning in the snow, yada, yada, yada. That's the problem, right? And then I said, well, I'm just glad I didn't die. She was like, yeah, thank God. Immediately, it stopped the argument and focusing on the car, and it put perspective, right? Same exact thing. You might have been late for an opportunity. That's because you were saved from an accident that was going to happen. You were not in a relationship with the person that you wanted to be in a relationship with, because that person probably was not the right person to support you in your business. Like, you just have to have faith that I know, like I know, that God has me exactly where I need to be right now, because I am such a baby in my own faith and in my own visualization of what the future is going to hold, that I am about to scrape my knees in a bicycle, and the universe is like, hey, I'm not going to give you that bicycle yet. I'm not going to give you that bicycle yet because you're not ready and you're going to hurt yourself. So you got to change your perspective. When you have an ounce of gratitude within you, oh my goodness, how good you will feel. Oh my goodness, that no matter what is going on in your life is absolutely irrelevant. You become dangerous in a good way. You become a beast in a good way. So be grateful for where you are and who you are. And the truth of the matter is, you know how many people would wish they have your seat right now? You know how many people would wish they are breathing and walking and eating and watching and playing with $1,000 cell phone in their hand? You know how many people would desire to be in a room right here, right now, where we're talking about first world problems, how to be positive. Be grateful. Life is good. Here's an actionable tip on that. Start each day by listening to listing 3 things that you are grateful for. It's as simple as, I'm so happy that I'm walking. I'm so happy that I'm breathing. I'm so happy that I'm drinking a cup of water. As little as that. That's the micro. Eventually, it morphs into, I'm so happy and grateful that I am growing a successful business. I'm so happy and grateful now, like those bigger things. But you got to start with gratitude. Your body, your mind, your spirit, your blood flow is going to feel so good. Okay? Let's talk about some practical strategies to cultivate your mindset. This is like specific things that you would want to do. Look, whether you believe it or not, visualization is a real thing that will absolutely impact your business. I'll prove it to you. I'm not talking about hymns and hums and sitting and doing humana meditation. You could be in the middle of the car driving in a traffic light and your brain automatically goes like, I forgot about that bill is coming tomorrow. And then your anxiety starts to grow and morph. That's what you did. Visualization of bad things about to happen. So imagining the bad is about to happen that doesn't even exist. You still have 24 hours before you have to deal with this thing, and you are now burning 24 hours of greatness because your brain is not clear enough to think about the solutions and possibilities. Rather, you're focusing on what's going to go wrong. Let me go have some ice cream and do nothing. Distract myself from that anxiety. I need to take a nap because I have a headache from worrying so much and stressing. Are you kidding me? You better get your butt out of, you know what? Let's go to work. Be positive. Visualization is an amazing component. So what I personally do, you do what you do, but here's what I personally do. Early in the morning, man, I put AirPods in my ear, and I just put some meditation, or sometimes I put scripture, Psalms or whatever it is that flows your boat, and I close my eyes and I just go. I imagine all the greatness and all the possibilities and all the beautiful things that are going to happen. And the best thing about it, it gets you in a good mood like I am in right now. So you need to get in the habit of visualization of what you want. Like, you got to envision it. You got to see it. Just like a construction site, the building was not built the day with trucks showing up. Somebody had to envision, get that visualization of what the building is going to look like. And then that person drew it on a blueprint and then said, here's what we're thinking. And then somebody else turned it into a 3D hologram. And then somebody else put little plastic thingies in a small, form on a big table. They had to visualize it. And then, okay, let's apply for the zoning. And then they started digging. But if you do not have the vision of what June is going to look like for you, how do you want to project what June is going to look for you? You got to be able to envision all great things that are coming your way. So make sure every day that you practice visualization for at least 5 minutes every morning. Look, I know you do it because I know that I do it many times, and I have to leave my phone in the bathroom at nighttime. Otherwise, the first thing I do, grab my phone. And that's a horrible habit, right? So make sure that you start your morning within the first 5 minutes, just visualization. Next piece about practical strategies to cultivate your mindset is positive self-talk. Look, I'm going to keep it real with you. You talk bad to yourself. You are the meanest person that's ever talked to you. You say things like, I'm fat, I'm broke, I'm not good, I don't have it, I don't know what it is, I don't feel good about myself, I hate my voice on video, I don't like how I look, I don't feel... You are the meanest person. And here's what I do know. If somebody came to you and said the very same things that you tell yourself, you're going to be like, you better fall back. Who you think you're talking to like that? So you need to look in the mirror and say, you better fall back. Who do you think you're talking to like that? I am the greatest thing that's ever been created. And I know for a fact that I was created in God's image, and I did not come here by mistake. There's a purpose for me to live. There's a purpose for my greatness. My wife thinks that is the funniest. So I get trolls on social media, especially X and TikTok. I get trolls all the time. And I turn I love it when I get a hater message. I turn it into a comedy bit. I go back and forth, but in the most loving, caring, and my wife is like, you are so funny. My wife is like, just don't answer. I'm like, no, I have to use this as positive energy, people love to talk about my skin. Like, I mean, it's pure comedy. I love it, by the way. God blessed me with makeup you will never find in aisle 5 in your very best makeup artist store. I'm telling you, I am so beautiful. You couldn't stand it. I am so amazing in every single way that you can't help yourself but say, I wish I can give this guy a hug right now. Come on, take a flight. I'll give you a hug and you can go back. Round trip, baby. I am so good at what I do that you can't help but smile and say, I want to work with this guy. I am so good at what I do that you and I need to be in the same room recording some videos right now. I am so good at what I do that if you're a founder, you're like, why didn't I record my podcast yet? Ooh, did I call you out on that one? All right, I'll stop. All right, I'll stop. All right, let's get back into it. So let's go. You are great. Start talking good about yourself, to yourself, for yourself. Replace these negative thoughts, or as they call them, ants, automatic negative thoughts. And by the way, they don't go away. I have automatic negative thoughts. They come to my brain. But that's what you do. You got to be so fueled with positivity, love, faith, self-love that it's like you wash it off. Oh, here's a negative thought. I'm thinking something bad about myself, and I'm going to bounce back with something good. All right. Focus on action, not perfection.
How are you?
Good. How are
Yes,
you?
beautiful weather.
Great to see you too. All right. Let's hit that mute button for Abigail. If somebody can help me out. Thank you, Abigail. We love hearing your beautiful voice. So make sure that you don't chase perfection, but action. There was only one, whether you believe in him or not, one being, physical being, divine, Jesus Christ, that was documented as a perfect being, right? That's like respectfully to anybody's faith or religions. That's the documentation there, right? I cannot be that. So stop carrying the burden of perfection. You and I are not meant to be perfect. We are, like, our purpose is to find our happy self and provide it to everybody else. Do you understand why I want to be wealthy? It's not because I want to get cars and toys. I want to be wealthy because I want to be stress-free and happy. I want to have experiences with my children and my wife. I want to bling my wife left and right. I want to dress her with a dress that is just diamond. And you're going to be like, what is wrong with you? Because I want to see her happy. That's what fills me up with love, excitement, and passion and compassion, right? So it is time for you to change and make sure that you stop chasing perfection, because when you chase perfection, you say, I don't like that video. My hair doesn't look good. I don't like that video. My voice doesn't look good. I don't like that video. I don't sound smart. Whatever it is. Perfectionism will paralyze progress. So commit to constant improvement, not flawless execution, because there is no such thing. Let me tell you what I tell people that I work with every single day. By the time you get that perfect video, I already dropped 10 videos on you. By the time you find the perfect intro, outro, there is already 5 episodes that I dropped. I am monopolizing the internet. I don't care about virality. I will be everywhere all the time for everyone. Wherever you scroll, you're going to see this beautiful pink lips. You just smiled again. So you need, you must, you want to take action, not just chasing perfections. Making sure that you're overcoming your limiting beliefs. Now, this is a piece that we really got to smash on it. See, identifying your limited beliefs is a first sign of humility, by the way. Most of us don't want to even address that we have limiting beliefs, such as, I'm not good enough. I don't have the skills. I can't do this. I feel it. I wake up to it. That's why I got to visualize. That's why I got to put something positive in my ear. That's why I got to write those practical elements that make you a better human being. Do you know why I did therapy for 2 years? Because I had trauma that I was ignoring and saying, I am the avatar. I was pretending to always be happy because of business. Everything is great. I'm happy. Nobody said. But deep inside, there was a 5-year-old child that was sad because of my trauma from back in the day when I was a child, from my trauma from homelessness, from my trauma for everything else that I've dealt with. But therapy taught me, the first thing they say, we're only going to teach you how to cope with your pain, not to fix it, because you're not broken. You just need to redirect the way you do things so you can find your happy self. And every now and then, things trigger me. Things get me going. And then I'm like, okay, I know how to deal with that. I know how to deal with that. So you need to start addressing your limiting beliefs. The moment you accept the fact that I'm not perfect, I have flaws, I am afraid, I'm scared, I'm whatever that is, but you start taking actionable steps towards it. Write down your limiting beliefs. Challenge each one with evidence of your capabilities. Remember when I asked you, remember a couple of years ago, you dealt with that thing that you didn't think you were going to get out of, and look at you now? That is evidence. That is factual evidence. Man, the stuff that I've gone through, and I'm here. I'm sitting right here doing what I do. Evidence. Making sure that you turn your limiting beliefs into empowering ones, such as replace I can't with not I can. That's just get that. That's a friction. That's a challenge. Like that's a defiant behavior, which the more you resist or push, the more resistance you're going to get back. But here's how you change it. Change I can't with I am learning how. See, it's a progressive approach, not an either or. It's an and. Hey, I know that I can't do all these push-ups, but I'm learning how to get there. Because as long as there is a student mindset, I promise you, you will always progress and grow. But as long as you're putting an either or, you're putting high expectations that would normally lead to extreme disappointments. So write down a new belief system. I am learning, I am visible, I am heard. Things that lead to progression, not perfection. Anytime I hear perfection, I know it's going to be a crash and burn. It's a relapse. Okay? Creating accountability and community between one another. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I need accountability. You and I have a community. We are right here, right now. Look at all the happy people that you have around that are willing to collaborate. So you want to make sure you have accountability because it ensures that you stay committed and consistent. My wife holds me accountable for the gym. If I'm not at the gym by 9:30 every single morning, I get a text, where are you? And if I say, oh, I'm at the studio, why aren't you here? And she'll use things like, I'm not going to have a fat husband. That's what she'll say to me. She's like, there are a bunch of guys in here with a six-pack, Ali. That's what she'll say to me. Yeah, like there's eye candy, Ali. You better get in here, right? Obviously, she and I are best friends, so we mess around with each other. But what I'm telling you is I have an accountability partner that is not allowing me to fall back on my health goals. She's like, nope, you got to get here. God forbid, I'm not eating good at the house. She walked in yesterday, like 30 minutes before she went with our baby girl to get some stuff from the store. Man, it's like she walked on me in the wrong act. You know, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just hanging out with Sebastian. She's like, no, but what do you have in your hand? I'm like, oh, I got some cookies for me and Sebastian. She's like, come on, we said we were going to fast and we were going to eat clean. Yes, but it's Sunday. She's like, right, it's a cheat meal, not a cheat day. All of us say it's a cheat day. No, it's a cheat meal, not a cheat day. So accountability is extremely important for us to sustain our growth, to continue with our commitment. So partner out, find an accountability partner right here. Reach out to somebody. Hey, can you be my accountability partner? Can we have some common goals every day that I report to you and you report to me? At the end of the day, send somebody a message. Here's who I talk to, and here were my results. Surround yourself with the positive environment. Look, we are a seed that is planted so dark, so deep, and it feels sometimes so lonely. But guess what? When we remove the weeds, those are negative people and negative things, and we get watered down by a community like this, and we allow, by the way, that's a huge piece, allow greatness to happen, meaning sometimes a bird is going to sit on top of us and hold us from growing that day. Sometimes it's going to rain too much and ruin all of our growth that we've had. Sometimes it's not going to rain at all. That's when we don't have any customers or prospects for months in a row. That's called the drought, and we are still the seed in the soil. But eventually, somehow, some way, when things operate the right way, we start growing. That little plant starts coming up. So you need to understand that you're not buried in your trouble. You're planted in your blessings. It just feels dark because you don't know what you don't know in the outside world. So just remove the weeds, water it down, and allow God to do what God's going to do for you and I. My goodness, I am so feeling good right now. Somebody give me a paper and pen. I want to write a book. Woo-wee! All right. Here's the last piece as I'm coming to a closing. Smart goals, the acronym SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific: what is the very specific thing you want to do for the month of June? Measurable: break it down into increments. Don't say I want to make $1,000. Break it down. What is it per day? What is it per day? I want to make $33 a day. Cool. Let's go. Break it down. Achievable: if it's $33 a day, all right, cool. I just got to enroll one VIP a day and I'm good. Relevance: what is the relevant for that for me? What is my why? Why do I want to make $1,000? Is it just because I want to get an extra something? No, there is a collection that is blocking me from buying a car, or there's a hospital bill that they keep, taking money out of my, whatever that is, right? And it needs to be time bound. It can't be until next month. Look, I want to be a millionaire like everybody else, right? That's what we say. I want to be a millionaire, but not in the next 30 years. Like it has to be in time bound so I can have a sense of accountability and urgency as well. All right. So start tracking. Track your efforts, by the way. Don't track your results. Track your efforts. It is the effort and the activity that creates the results, not the result that's going to create the activity. And in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, affirmations are everything. My kids and I at the house, we wake up with affirmation and we go to sleep with prayer. My kids and I, we have a call to action. My son, I love my beautiful baby boy, our son. My wife and I have a Sebastian. Some of you see his videos and posts every now and then. But, here's what we have a conversation Monday. Papa, what are we hunting for this week? That's what he says. Papa, what are we hunting for? What that means is, what is our financial goal? What is our sales goal in our companies? And I got to tell them, oh, well, we're hunting for this. And if we do it, what are we doing? And then we start having fun. We'll go to Six Flags, or we'll go to this and we'll go to that. And we make plans together as a family. Why is that relevant? Because when I'm working, my son doesn't come around and say, you never have time for me. Guess what? My son, is there anything I can do? Because I want to go to that Six Flags that you told me. There's common collaboration in the whole family. So it's so important. Start with affirmation and absolutely close with prayer. Start today. Whatever I told you today, whatever it sparked, I'm praying to God that it sparked excitement. It sparked something within you. Hopefully it even upset you a little to say, I'm going to do it my way, but I'm going to show you, Ali, how great I am. Good. Let's go. But we got to focus. The month of June is extremely important because whatever we do in June is going to give us that labor in September. So right now, there's a reason why you're here and many aren't. Many already said, well, it's already summertime. I'll just start in September. The kids are already out of school. I'll just try again in September. And that little period between June to September is going to burn years of potential and greatness. So don't rob yourself. All right, I'm done. I got 4 minutes for y'all because I got another one coming up at the top of the hour, but 4 minutes. If you're going to have a question or a comment, make it like 30 seconds. Go. Anybody, just open and talk to me. Questions about anything, comments about anything. Anything I can help you with.
I'm just gonna say sorry.
Go for it, Justine. Go. Justine, you're good.
You rock. This weekend was massive and great for Divas California, and just the systems that you're putting into my brain about making connections and being at the ready. I invited so many people to Tuesday, which is why I was stressed about the link, because I had so many people in the palm of my hand, but it's all good. Just to keep the moving forward, having the vision is the most important thing. I'm creating that vision and then those little steps toward it. I believe so much in what you're saying, taking the time in the morning and not bashing myself if I don't get it.
Yeah.
This morning got off to a little bit of a bumpy start, and I'm already bashing myself of what I didn't do. And so reminder to not do that. Thank you, Ali. God is good. Lorna.
Ali, what kind of fire you wake up with this morning, yo? Fire. The biggest thing, I was just thinking about it this morning. My phone is ringing. Gratitude. Gratitude is something that we miss. And gratitude, not just for what we already see, but even in the visualization was the connection, right? It's visual. Thank you so much. This was amazing. Thank you.
You got it. So you got a couple of minutes. Anybody has any questions or comments? And I appreciate the love, but if there's any questions as well, I'm here to serve. Going once and going twice. Man, I'm about to light up today. Man. If anybody want to collaborate, today's the day, because I am in like the peak.
Ali.
Melanie,
Sorry.
what's up, sister? Talk to me.
Yes, I watched Justine. I was only at one of the events with her, but man, that girl is like this little butterfly. She was fluttering around and I was taking some photos, and then I realized I didn't have any, like I have hardly any of her in the photos because she was gone. Anyway, like doing the connections, but I also made some amazing connections, and just being a part of this group is so phenomenal. I just want to give a shout out. I was at Lorna's Mastermind last week. She
Rock star.
rocked it. And Abigail and I are doing some work together. So I love the in-person with the virtual. It's incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ali. I really need to connect with you and get my stuff, just in the divas. I mean, I really have, and I'm not going to beat myself up over it. Moving forward, how do I connect with you? I need to get myself on our podcast and get the stuff done that I need to do. So what's the best way for me to connect with you to get that done?
So there is a direct link in school and also in your platform. But JKN, what's the best way for the founders to get their podcast scheduled? I know last time you shared it as well.
Well, there is a list of people that are supposed to be reached out to, and I don't think that there's been that reach out. So I guess I need to send a list to you so that you know who's waiting.
Yeah, if you send me the list, I can have somebody from my side reach out individually. So yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Ali, can I just add one more thing, please?
Yes, you may. Yes, you can.
Because when Melanie said that what she said just now, it just brought. So for me, one of the biggest things is, you talked about doing the thing, whether it's collaboration, accountability, all the things, right? Set the goal by when. So let's say, for instance, if you haven't been put on that list to do your podcast with the DIVA Network, by when are you going to get on the list? You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't do that, then it's not going to get done. I'm talking to myself as well, y'all. I'm talking to myself as well.
Are you asking me, Lorna? Because if it's up to me,
No.
I'm going to do it by today. It's June 2nd. I don't have time to wait. No, I'm kidding.
That's what I'm not talking to you specifically. I'm saying in general, when we set goals or when we set an intention, we say, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. But if we don't say by when we're going to do it, it keeps being, I want to do that. I want to do that. Does that make sense? So I just wanted to present that for us as a group, not individually, I'm not pointing to anybody specifically. I'm just saying it's a technique to use to move the needle forward that is usually missed.
I love it, and I agree with it.
I just want to say thank you, and it's nice to meet really everybody. This is my first Monday meeting with you guys, and I look forward to doing great things with you. I'm actually one of the hosts on the Fort Lauderdale show here in Florida. I'm looking to connect with a whole bunch of divas and divos in Texas to be able to scale my business. So if anybody knows anybody in the real estate space, title space, lending space, that's what I'm here to do. To also, let's talk about growth and mindset. I just turned 50. I've actually been through a lot in my life. I've been in the healing journey for the past 3 years because I lost my daughter to cancer 3 years ago. But everything's just such a completion for me getting to May 30th. And I'm just glad to be here, happy, and have you guys. And, Christine giving me the opportunity on being on the show 2 years ago, or Dora Evans for spending time with me on the boat with one of my first mastermind. Her and I stories are really similar, very the same. We share I grew up in Texas as well. We were both a part of this insurance scam. Long story short, we're sisters. God puts me in the right place, the right time, and everything. So I'm just glad to be here to get to know you guys. and to start this new adventure. So my mindset is just right here. Focus. You said focus.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur. There's many things that I could do. I have a concierge company, but I am focused
Love it.
on this growth.
Love it. Glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Hey Ali, I just fire up for, pumped up definitely with this, all the energy. We love what you just share. Amazing nuggets. And I just feel it. I'm gonna call everybody today.
Let's go.
So thank you so much. But I think Melanie said, but I was looking definitely to get connect with you as well too. So the best way to get connect, I will definitely have to schedule for my podcast as well.
Yeah.
Too, so
And just so you know, for anybody, I'm very active in school. So here's my like I post every now and then, but that's my first and last name. You'll find me easily in school as well, and we can talk in there. We can schedule some conversations. But I'll as soon as I get that list, I'll be reaching out and have somebody reach out. But we'll definitely be reaching out to schedule your sessions.
Thank you. We appreciate.
Question: where are you guys doing the podcast at?
It's virtual.
Okay, virtual.
Yeah.
All right. Where are you guys from?
I'm located in New Jersey.
Okay, cool. I have an office up there too.
Sweet. Well, there you go. Can't wait to see you up here whenever you make it up here.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and the gentlemen who support them, it's time for me to bail. I appreciate, love each and every one of you. Let's make that time to make some love, make some action, make some greatness, eat some food, whatever makes you happy. Let's just go ahead and make it happen. Much love, y'all. Stay blessed.